Hey, it's Val Townheart, and you finally made it. You made it to the final boss of Has Been Heroes. Let's take this guy out. So this is a dark great ghoul. And he comes like any other ghoul. He comes with statues. And in this case, they're fire-breathing skulls. But wait. Is that the shield boss? You're not seeing things. That is the shield boss. This boss doesn't actually have ads, but instead he summons bosses from previous areas. And in the case of ads, the ads will match whatever ads came with the boss. So the phases will actually work like this throughout the whole fight. If you destroy the statues, the ghoul's going to materialize and you can damage him and you jump to the next phase. Or if you kill the summoned boss that he comes in with, it will actually instantly destroy all the statues that remain, and then you can damage the boss and move on to the next phase. Now in this first phase, he can summon any boss from Area 1 through Area 3. So he can summon the Assassin, Puncher, the 3 Skeleton Bros, the Shield Boss, Telemius the Fire Lich, or the Flaming Lancer. Those are all the bosses he can summon in this first phase, but it really isn't that bad. The other thing to keep in mind is, if you do destroy the statues and then hit the boss while the boss is still alive, that summoned boss will still remain until you kill it. So do keep that in mind. So without much trouble, you should get into phase 2, because at this point you'll tear through the first boss. But now, new statues appear in a case of lightning rods, just like your mother used to make. Well, if your mother was a lightning ghoul anyway. Keep in mind, if you do have lightning immunity, they will not protect you from the melee cancellation effects. In this phase, the ghoul can summon any boss from Area 4 through 5. That includes the Spirit Crusher, the Zombie Master, Bobob, Dumb, or Ghost Dad. Notice, I said Bobob or Dumb. They are separate summons in this fight. So, there's 2 good things about this. It's going to be a lot easier because, especially if he summons Dumb, Dumb is slow as can be, and you're going to rip through him because he only has 10 stamina. And he's really that not much of a big threat. But, of course, it's another boss, so you kind of had to worry about him. But, at the other good note here, you don't have to worry about the Antipathy and Horror showing up. So, there is that blessing. Now, as annoying as it is, you don't want to rip through this phase and destroy all the statues. You want to keep one rod alive. And there's a big reason why you want to do that. And you're probably guessing what it could be. And you're probably guessing right, considering every boss summon has been getting progressively harder through the fight. But I will leave you here with the clip of phase 2. And I'll get back to you in a little bit. And then we get into phase 3. This time we got corpse piles for our statues. So if you're soaked or have poison immunity, they will not cause the poison effect when they blow up on death. So they aren't really much of an issue. But let me tell you, a phase 3 boss summon is, because it's any boss from area 6 through 7. Just like that Herald of Gales you see on the screen. And that really, really changes things. And another thing that changes things, the Ghoul decides to take matters into his own hands into the fight. He starts throwing single lane gust of wind spells occasionally through the fight. And if your characters are soaked, they will be frozen and knocked back. And there is a bug by the time of this video, in which if certain characters are knocked back from the gust of wind and frozen, you cannot target them with spells, and they have to go through the whole like 30 to 60 second freeze duration, and you just can't do anything with that lane, and it can lead to a terrible, terrible wipe. But thankfully, Frozen Bite does know about this bug, and it has been fixed. It's just that the patch does have to go through. There also has been sightings of a poison variant of his Gust of Wind spell. So it does mix up every now and then. Now, this is where you're left with a decision. Depending on what boss he summons from area 6 or 7, you had to make a choice. Do you ignore the boss and kill the statues? Or do you focus on the boss and take him out? Because, I mean, after all, you just have to hit the Ghoul one last time to win, right? I mean, that's all you gotta do. It's like any other Ghoul fight. Well, I'm just gonna leave the video here and let you watch the third phase, and I'll let you see what happens. For those guessing it was too easy to just get through the third phase without dealing with the third boss, and then just hitting them once to end the fight, well, I got news for you all. You are absolutely wrong. Welcome to the meat and potatoes of the fight, because now the Dark Great Ghoul actually enters the fight physically. And he has a lot of stamina, but not that many hit points. The statues are completely gone for the rest of the fight, nor are there going to be any more boss summons. Unfortunately, any remaining adds or boss summons are going to stay in the fight. Now, the Ghoul himself is mainly just a big annoyance. He only has 5,000 hit points, but he has 20 stamina, so the best thing to do is if you have any kind of stamina breakers, use them, because most of them are going to take off at least half. Some of them are going to take 20, so it's instantly going to break his stamina. Of course, while you're breaking the Ghoul stamina, just don't neglect the bosses, especially if it's the Herald of Gales, because bad things are going to happen there. Now, he also has a few abilities. He has a teleport flurry attack, where he's going to raise his arms up like he's going to cast a spell like pretty much any other boss. Interrupt it, because if you don't, he's going to just teleport up to you and hit you 12 times. Now, the damage isn't very high. Each hit's going to do like 1 to 3 points of damage. But it's basically just going to get rid of all that character stamina. Which, depending on the boss you have left, it's not going to be a good time. Now, the other thing that he can do is he can raise his arms and throw down meteors. Now, the meteors aren't actual attacks, but they're actually summons. They're going to spawn these burning skeletons upon their landing, and they're honestly just an added danger, but they really aren't that bad. But pretty much all that's left to say about this fight is if you kill the Dark Great Ghoul, everything dies. As soon as you kill the Ghoul, everything is going to die, and the fight is over, and you win. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So with that, I am going to leave you with this video and let you watch the rest of the fight. Also, to note, you're going to see one hell of a spectacular finish in which I almost cost myself. And with this, the video is coming to an end, and we are done with the Dark Great Ghoul. So with this is Val Townheart signing off, and I really hope these boss videos have helped any of my viewers out. And good luck on any future runs.